Greetings. Thanks for stopping in. Did you ever think to yourself, hey, what would it be like to be a police officer? Could I be a police officer? I see lots of stories on TV and on the internet about policing, most of them negative. But other than that, I really don't have much insight into what policing is really like from the inside. It sure seems like a lot of people don't like the police though. But could it be they really don't like them because they really don't know them? That's where we come in. We are going to pull the curtain back and let you see the other side of policing, the good, heartwarming, funny side of policing. Please meet Mike and Paul, two retired old guys with a combined 66 years of police service. They'll take it from here. They're going to share actual real life police stories that might just change the way you look at police officers. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Let's say we just get right into things. Let's do an internet search, typing in just 2 words. Bad police. Wow, will you look at that? All kinds of real-time dramatic videos with buzzwords, etc. It would take us a long time just to get through watching the first page of what we pulled up. Now let's perform a new internet search, changing just one of those 2 words. We'll switch out the word bad and replace it with the word good. Wow, will you look at that? Hey, where's all the videos? Where's all the excitement and big buzzwords?
So there's lots of reasons why there's such a disparity when you do these Google searches. And that's what we're here for. So Mike, why don't you tell the audience how and why this all got started?
What we want to do is we just would like to get it out there where people can see. We'll show you videotapes. We'll talk to other officers. And you'll see how the police are just like you and me. There's nothing different. All they want to do is serve and protect, keep things nice and quiet, and be allowed to do their job.
Now you might ask yourself, well, how are just you two police officers going to do that? Well, we're going to do it through volume. The show won't be specifically about me and Mike talking and things like that. We've gotten to know hundreds, if not thousands, of police officers in our area and across the country, and we're going to invite them to act as guests on our show, and they're going to share a personal story with you about an experience they've had as to how and why they became police officers or something that happened on the job. So our first guest is Tom.
Hey guys, I know you guys have eaten. Sorry for interrupting. Danny wanted to send you those margaritas.
No, we probably can't.
No, I will learn.
No, we can't, Jamie. Well,
I think we can.
no, well, what do you think, sir? No, you got any salt? Do you have any salt? Do you have any lime, maybe?
For that little salt gun.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Go to see Danny.
Thank you, Benji. You're welcome. Well,
1, 2, 3.
well, that was worth the interruption, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure was.
So, guys, thanks for being our first guest.
Right in here. It's my pleasure.
So, Tom, I know you shared a little bit of a brief story with us about what prompted you to have any interest in becoming a police officer and your specific story.
And this story is basically about why I became a cop, my interaction with police officers that brought me to where I was on the police department. What basically happened was this was something of 1966. I was a 16-year-old kid hanging out with a couple of my buddies. They were brothers. One was older, one was younger than me. We started walking home, and a car pulled out in front of us and blocked the sidewalk. And one of the guys started to get out of the car, and he said, somebody inside the car said, "No, they're too young. They won't have anything. Let them go." So he got back in the car, and off they went. He didn't think anything of it for about another minute or so when we heard some woman screaming, "Help, help, they're killing it." So we didn't even look at each other. We just took off. started running. When we got to the corner, we saw two guys attacking a third guy, and it was a pretty big fight. And one of the two guys was kept punching this guy in the neck. So we yelled at them. They took off. They ran around the corner where they had a car waiting for them. It just so happened it was the same car that had approached us earlier. They got in the car. They took off. We got a description of the car. We got the license plate. Then we went back to see how the guy was that had been attacked. But when we got back to the corner, he was walking down the street, holding his neck. You could tell he was bleeding. When he got to the corner, he fell into the street. We did everything we could for him, but they had cut his jugular, and he was bleeding out, and we just couldn't save him. So we told the younger brother to go to this guy's family, tell them what happened, call the police, and we waited till the police got there. When the police got there, first it was one car, later it was two. These guys, in my opinion, the guy was dead. He had bled out. These guys did everything they could to try to help this man. It was unbelievable. They were beating on his chest, doing everything they could, but as it turned out, he died. So we then were taken to the police station. When we went through a lineup, they were able to catch the guys. We identified two of them from the lineup. They eventually were prosecuted. We all had to testify to the trials. The other guys pled guilty. And then 5 years later, I became a police officer for that same police department. And the interesting thing was, I got my hands on the report of that incident. And I looked up all the names of all the officers that were working at that time and had anything to do with the case. And I approached them all and thanked them and introduced myself and just told them about, how they really had an impact on my career and my life, really.
Well, that's a heck of a story, Tom. And I know now looking back on it, I know you served in Vietnam, the front lines in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And you took a pay cut to come on this job. I mean, your friends did. So looking back at it now, would you have changed your career path in any way, or are you proud to have served as a police officer?
No, I'm very proud. It was the best job I ever had, working with the best people I've ever known. So I would definitely do it again.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, that's going to conclude our first episode. And we hope by parading the police officers in here, just like Tom, that perceptions may change once you see how police officers come in one after another and have these stories to share with you. So we'll see you on the next show.
Wait, don't leave quite yet. We just met Reed for the first time. His mother and father are both active police officers. He agreed to speak with us. We asked him if the fact they are both police officers has influenced him in any way. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, it's definitely influenced me a lot. Seeing them go to work every day, they're inspired to get out there in their community and change things for the better, and willing to put their life on the line for the people around them. And just seeing them do that has really, put a spark in me and inspired me to do similar things. So like I'm in ROTC at Akron. And it just makes me want to serve others. And that's a big thing that they instilled in me is serving others and that sacrifice and that mentality that they had.
Great. Are you proud of them?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah? You think they're proud of you?
Yeah, I know they are.
All right. Yeah. Are you excited about your career?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait. I'm ready to get it going and just get things rolling. I'm excited.
What do you think about all the negative press that the police officers get all the time?
I think it's sad. I mean, they get a bad rep. And it's just sad that, like a couple of people, or one incident can just ruin the whole thing for all of them. Cause I interact with them all the time. I live with them. They're my parents, and just see them getting torn down like that. It's tough, especially knowing the amount of good people that they work with and the good things that they do every day.